I want to give you a quick overview of what you're going to be doing as the social media manager for your store. It's an important task. It can get a little in depth if you want to, but really it's pretty easy for the most part. It just takes a little repetition to get used to it, and you may already be comfortable with a lot of this already. If you have been on Facebook and messed with it, you've got a good portion of it down already. Also, if you have a mobile phone or a mobile device where you can get on the internet with your mobile device and get on various websites, you will have another comfort level that you won't have to worry about. And especially if you've used your mobile device to get on Yelp, Foursquare, and Google Plus or Google Places, then you're even ahead of the curve even more. Here is kind of a lowdown of everything that's going to be in here. First of all, the social media thing is broken up into 3 different groups. First of all, the group number 1 is how to quickly create social media marketing success, and these are the categories that kind of tell you how you can be successful being the social media manager with this. Second of all, the category or part number 2 is what the social media manager manages. So this tells you the things that you'll need to be managing, and there's really not a whole lot. It may look like there is, but these are pretty short, and it just tells you what you need to be watching and such. And here's a nice item, a cheat sheet. And this cheat sheet, after you've gone through the videos, and by the way, you need to go through the videos at least twice, preferably 3 or 4 times. But this cheat sheet, if you forget how to do something, rather than going back through the video, just get back on here, go to the cheat sheet, and here's written instruction. I mean, like if you just need to look up something like, now what did they say about Yelp and how to handle the offer for Yelp, well, you can just go right here in your cheat sheet and read about it. So it's a real big time saver. And lastly, let's see here. Oh, like for instance, when you're on part 2, what the social media manager manages, you'll see these little video icons here. You can click on these and it will go to what this is about, how to make sure everyone knows what the offers are. And underneath the titles there's a little description of what the information is about. Or you can click on these. So this A here matches this A here. So you can click on this or this or this to get there. And lastly, part number 3 over here is Killer Tactics to Grow Facebook Fans and Increase Business. This gives you some proven methods that you can go through here to get your customers to like your store's Facebook fan page and to really grow that, which is hugely important. And these are different ideas you can do, and I really want you to not get stuck with just these ideas. If you have a good idea, do it, go for it, get it done, and let us know what it is so we can tell other True Value stores what you're doing. Now this section here also has a cheat sheet, and this is one thing I really want you to pay attention to. This here is very important. As the social media manager, above all else, the 2 most important things you should be overseeing and making sure happen is when an employee or a cashier gets ready to take the customer's money, get in the habit of asking that person if they've texted in for their % off coupon, like what this says here. It might be a 10% off, or your store might say 15% or whatever. But you're going to have a sign in front of all of your point of sale areas that says text in your mobile number to get a % off the sale, or whatever it is that your sign says. It's important that you ask every person that. Now once they text in, they'll only be able to do that once. So eventually, like if you're in a small town, a lot of your customers will already have done this, and you'll have their mobile number. But at first, your your mobile phone number database, in other words, how many mobile phone numbers you're collecting, should be growing relatively quickly. And it'll start to level out as you do this more and more. But it should always grow as well. The older your list is, or in other words, how long you've been collecting phone numbers, if you've been doing that for quite a while, your list won't grow at nearly the fast rate, but it still should grow nonetheless. So every employee should be in the habit of asking this, period. This should be a daily habit. Just like when McDonald's says, would you like fries with that? It is extremely important because you're going to be using this to send sales messages to your customers. When you text your customers, you'll be able to create a text and it'll go out like just a couple minutes later if you want it to, or you can set it to go out, you know, several hours later or later in the week, or however you want to do it. The next item that you should do that is equally important is when you've had a sale with your customer or right before the sale, as long as the sale goes well, as most do, you and every other employee, including your manager, must ask the customer, hey, have you seen our Facebook fan page yet? And if you get a no or a yes, doesn't matter, ask them if they've liked it. And if they haven't, take them back to your store's computer, have them get on Facebook with their own personal profile, and have them go find your store's Facebook page and have them like it. Extremely important, because you'll be able to communicate with them a lot once they've liked your page. And you'll know more details about that as you go through this stuff, and you'll know why that's important. But also, while they're liking the page, say something like, hey, do you want to write something fun on there, you know, like I like the store, or you know, so and so was fun to have wait on me, or whatever. Ask them if they just want to make a comment, because you want to show activity on there. Now this too is a very important habit that every employee has to get in the habit of. So to recap, the two most important things that can be done over everything else is every employee and slash cashier must be asking people if they texted in for their % off coupon yet. And the other thing is every employee should be asking every customer if they've liked their fan page yet. Get in the habit of doing that every day. Extremely, extremely important. That's it for the summary. Now please go ahead and go through other videos if you can, at least twice, preferably 3 or 4 times. Remember, you have cheat sheets at the end of the sections to help you jog your memory on stuff that you don't remember.